This is an ABP Live Podcast.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Cracking Conversations with Niharika Nanda on ABP Live Podcasts. And today we have two really cute guests with a very cute initiative with us today. They are the one and the only Annanya and Anwar. Hi guys, welcome to Cracking Conversations.
Thank you.
So they run a very nice initiative for all the dog lovers out there. You are going to fall in love with this, and also for the all yoga lovers and artists out there. आपको भी ये initiative definitely बहुत अच्छा लगने वाला है. So let's hear about it from them straight away. So guys, can you tell us a little about the entire concept of putting together dog adoption and yoga? How do you guys do it?
Sure. So I think firstly I'll just start off with like making everyone understand what Pawasana actually is.
Exactly.
So Pawasana is actually, it's a platform, it's a social-led business. It was born about 6 months back, and me and Anwar have been rescuing dogs for more than 1.5 years.
Wow.
I have been a dog rescuer for about 4 years now. And every time we both rescued a dog, it was something that involves a lot of medical bills that you need to pay. Rescue is, I think, the easiest part. You just have to get a car, you need to get the pup and like register them to wherever you can. But then, of course, the second difficult portion is the medical bills.
Right.
And earlier we were like, fine, of course, we were just going about with our own salaries. We were doing everything that we possibly could. But each time there was a difficulty that we faced, and we felt like we really need to broaden our horizon, and we need to go and try to do more for them. And
it's like, so the first time we asked for donation, it was a overwhelming response that we got the donation.
Right.
So the next week we had another accident, we had another dog, and this time around the donations didn't come. We realized that asking people for donation is not going to help in the long run, because people
it's not a sustainable idea for the whole process.
People are keep going to trample dogs under their cars. They're not going to look around. They're going to beat the dogs up. So there's when it the idea of Pawasana came into being in Annanya's head.
Right.
And she told me, and I told, let's do it. And the first session, it wasn't that great. We only had 8 people, but yes,
there were 8 registrations, but 5 people came
Showed
in.
up,
And there's a really funny part. I literally called my 3 of my cousins to be a part of the session, so that we have a few people who were there. But we did everything. We did like those offline marketings where you're holding the board and you sit standing on cannot place.
Right.
So we've done everything. So
distributing pamphlets, putting it inside cars, everything. Just make it happen, because we're putting in our own money. The first session we lost money also. Because we had promised, if it doesn't work also, this much amount will always go to the dog.
Yeah, no matter what.
Right.
No matter what.
So if it doesn't work out, it's going out from your pockets.
Yeah, that's
So if one person also shows up, the donation will go.
Right.
No matter what. If you have fixed this much amount, it will go to the dogs. So it has been, so that was the first session, and touch wood and thanks to God or the
it's
power
only been growing.
every session has gone, like it's been sold out, and people have given us so much love. So much love. And we had people sitting there and crying with the pups, and it just makes our heart full,
Yesterday my sister and I, we are a lover of dogs, but the way our family works, everyone is working, so we don't, we can't sustain a dog in our family, because we don't want to bring a dog and then let it stay alone for 8 hours a day. We don't want to put that on them. So we always are looking for opportunities to sort of hang out with dogs or pups any way that we can. And then I got to know about you guys, and I was like, oh my god, this is a perfect opportunity for us to spend some time with some cute little puppies. And that is a great way to put these two really healthy things together, because both of, as far as yoga is concerned, as far as art is concerned, and even playing with as cute puppies as you guys do, it all involves catharsis. That you are putting something out, you're putting energy out there, you are living a catharsis, you're doing some sort of an activity that makes you feel calm and better. So how did this entire idea of bringing together something like art, yoga and puppy adoption come together?
So started off with yoga because I feel like yoga is one of the activity. Firstly, it is very well known with Indians.
Right.
I mean, we are the people who
No,
started
we are the
yoga.
originators.
We are the originators and
The OGs.
Yeah.
It's
Of
our
yoga,
idea.
yeah.
Right, exactly.
Don't patent it, Americans.
Right. This is our thing. Don't do that.
So, we started off as yoga, and yoga being such a peaceful activity opens a lot of. I feel like after doing yoga, people became more patient to listen to us.
Right.
Because
Okay.
after every session, we do like 3 to 4 minutes of. We don't like bore the people, but we try to have a conversation with them. We try to educate them about why we're doing this.
Right.
And what is the main purpose of doing Pawasana? I mean, you guys are here for a reason. And you guys are helping us help more dogs.
Right.
So we, of course, we do a clap for them for being there and helping us to do more.
Right.
So I feel yoga was something that went and just fit the puzzle the best way possible because it helps us to help them understand better.
Right.
And painting was something that came in later with this really nice idea is that when we've always heard that while you're painting, there is no judgments.
Right,
And there are
right.
half of the time when the painter, art is something that there is no explanation required. Like it's just loved the way it is.
Right.
That's
right.
exactly how I want my indies to be treated.
Oh, that's
one
so
point I wanted
sweet.
to add is so once the yoga session ends, so कभी कभी क्या होता है जब आप जिम से निकलते हो तो you're like in a hurry.
Right,
But
right.
once the session ends and the instructor says that this is it, no one gets up.
Everyone is just calm
there.
and
Zen.
sitting
Like, for
zen.
the next
Exactly.
1 minute, everybody is just there, and उसी समय पे pups उठ जाते हैं, and everybody तो वो pups हैं जो उनको wake up कर रहे हैं, and their next process begins of finding therapy.
Right.
So
Right.
वो है कि pups तो वैसे ही जब वो कर रहे होते हैं तब भी उनको चाट रहे होते हैं. उनको
So sweet.
किसी के ऊपर
They're
जाके
just
बैठ-
roaming around जब पूरा
Yeah.
session चल रहा है.
Yeah,
Okay.
roaming around, या तो फिर कहीं कोने में जाके सो जाते हैं या तो किसी के गोद में सो जाते हैं. कुछ लोग
Right.
को योगा छोड़ देते हैं.
And they just
हाँ,
start
तो
playing.
they're just,
I am definitely, if I ever am a part of your workshop, this is going to be me. I know.
कुछ लोग शवासना में ही हो जाते हैं और फिर pups उनके बॉडी पे आके बैठ जाते हैं. They're just
That
there.
is so sweet.
And we tell them, please follow the instructor. They're like, bro, I can't do anything.
It's just sleeping
This
on
thing,
me.
yeah, this thing is on me. I can't move. Now you can't do anything to me also.
The subtext is they don't even want to move. They want the pup
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That is
So,
really
this
nice.
has been, it's a like every weekend it's a new experience because every weekend we try to make sure that there are new people to make understand
Right.
and tell them why this is important and how you are contributing because
Right.
it makes them feel good themselves.
Exactly.
Okay, they are taking part in something and we had stories. They were like amazing, like miraculous stories. Like one of the stories of Mirchi. So Mirchi
Okay.
was part of one of our sessions.
Okay.
She's been part of like 5 to 6 sessions and we were fostering these pups. So these pups were inside the society. We did feeding and everything. We took care of their vaccinations and a car hit her and the whole society decided that it was because of the vaccination. No one took cognizance of taking that pup to the doctor.
Right.
It is when we came in the evening and we took the pup to the doctor, we realized that she was hit by a car.
Oh.
And then the doctors, because in these doctors now it's very easy for them to say कि इसको put down कर दो because इसका कोई माँ बाप है.
Right. Right.
So that's the same thing it was told to us that put down Mirchi. She's not going to survive because it's very
Basically, all her intestines came together.
Oh my
And
God.
she couldn't breathe because there was no space for her to breathe.
Okay.
So
and this girl was like fighter. She was fighting there on that operation table.
My
Okay,
God.
bro, you give me the chance. And I
I'm
will
going to.
survive.
I'm going to push
And
back.
she survived and she's creating
at
havoc
Oh.
at her house. सारा चीज
Creating
फाड़ दी
chaos.
है, कारपेट्स उठा दिए. अब
She's
सिर्फ
like,
खाली
I will
जमीन है.
avenge.
Oh my
I will
God.
avenge it all.
Oh my
So,
God.
yeah. So
She
she's doing
is
this
a
crazy stuff.
disaster.
My
Like
God.
we're currently fostering her. We're
Yeah.
looking for a
Adoption.
forever home
Yeah.
for her because we
Right.
ourselves have 2 dogs. घर पे one is an indie. She's also crazy like her. All indies are like fun. You should क्योंकि अगर आपके पास बच्चे नहीं है ना, you need to have an indie.
They're
Right,
wanderers
right.
and,
At your home.
adventurous wanderers.
Yeah, they'll travel with you. They'll not lay around ऐसे में सोते नहीं है. वो आपको घुमाएंगे यार. तो please do that.
So, if any one of you out there, you're looking for dogs, you're looking to adopt dogs, Pawasana is definitely, an organization you should get in touch with, and you can play with those pups and you can select your D1 and take it home with you. What's better than that?
Of course, nothing.
Nothing better than that.
Nothing better than that. So, how did you guys start your rescuing journey? Like, from where did this motivation of rescuing puppies come about?
How do we do
She should, because she has been doing this for
For
long.
4 years.
Yeah, and we met in Rishikesh, we became friends, and my journey started there. Like I was a guy, like most of other guys, जो दूर से dog
Right.
को ऐसे अरे हाँ good boy करके घर निकल जाओ.
Right.
But then being friends with her, it made me realize like picking up dogs it's very normal. It's picking up a baby.
Right.
And playing with them is like you play with your niece, nephews. वैसे ही है यार, dogs भी
वैसे ही
they
होते
are
हैं.
like-
I treat my sister like a
Yeah.
pet, so I can understand.
So it is. So
Don't we
it's.
all?
So
Yeah,
my,
exactly, we do.
my rescue journey started because of her, and her journey you should ask her because
Please let me
it's bigger than mine.
It's not. I mean, I wouldn't even remember how I started, when I started. It just, mainly, I can't even recall a day where I was not a dog lover. I feel like I was born to be a dog lover. And because a lot of people have asked me, like, is it when you got your dog? Because my dog is like about 8 years now.
Okay.
And I'm like, yeah, maybe. But like, I started finding these old pictures of me when I'm just this tiny and sitting with this huge Pahadi dog. So like, I'm Pahadi myself. So
Okay.
I used to go to Pahad every year, and I'm like sitting with these huge mountain dogs, petting them. But of course, there were the times when your parents were like, my parents were like any other Indian parents.
Right.
इनको नहीं छूना, इनमें allergy होती है,
Right.
हाथ धो नहीं छू, मतलब there was so much chaos. But at that time, you just too little to understand.
To understand
more
the
than that.
depth of it.
But of course, I was like this person की मना करे तो करना ही
करना
है.
ही है.
So yeah, it came out well for me because I never stopped. Like even after them trying their best, even now they're like, पता नहीं क्या
करती रहती है.
At 1 o'clock, she's going and rescuing a cat, and like I'm literally fighting at the hospital for that cat, and I'm also fighting with my family on phone.
Oh,
Listen,
God.
I'm here on. Let me just do what I'm doing. So yeah, I feel like I started with very small. Like I used to just put it all, and with this I found a bigger case. There was this. One day it was a very proud moment for me. There was this dog outside my colony, and she had this big patch behind her back,
Okay.
which was filled with maggots. That
Oh
was
my
the
God.
first time I saw that. It felt like they were all over my body. It was so many, and I had no idea what to do with it. I just went ahead. I took a lot of Dettol with cotton in my hand, and I rubbed it off. That day, I realized that I can do this. Like I don't
Right.
have that fear of touching wounds and being scared of blood anymore, because I
Right.
feel like I'm strong enough to help her. So I feel like I can do this.
Do
more.
it for others as
And
well.
then in COVID, there was this dog who just turned out to come on my door. Same case, there was this huge patch. It was like a hollow patch because maggots tend to eat
My
your
God.
whole body. So there was this huge patch. I kept her in my balcony for 2 days because I couldn't get her down because of my dog, of course.
Right.
Maggots can move around in your house as well. So the ambulance was not coming because it was like
COVID,
total
right.
COVID time.
Lockdown.
And the lockdown time. And finally got her rescued. And then it started off with, for 2 years when the lockdown was there, I was feeding 80 dogs every day.
My God,
I
wow.
was friends with all the policemen around my area, because there was a time when I used to take my car out for feeding. There was one policeman ahead of me and one behind me, just taking
Wow,
care that this
perfect.
woman is safe because she's feeding 80 dogs.
क्या बात है, full celebrity vibes आए होंगे उस टाइम पे तो.
I swear, it was so good. Like they knew what time I'm gonna come, and my parents were sick of me. They were so scared because at that time this news also went ahead that the virus can be carried over with your hair as well.
Hair, right.
I used to go home every day,
Wash your hair.
But yeah, it became much more easier because sometimes it becomes difficult to do this alone.
Right.
And really glad, not just saying it, but like I'm really glad that I found Anwar who was like there. And there was a time where I was taking a step back because of few things. Sometimes the case came at 1 o'clock, and I'm myself scared to go to this unknown colony to pick that cat up. But then I used to just call him and I'm like, bro, listen, this new case has come in. Even if he's half asleep, even if he's wherever, he'll be like, haan, chalo, let's go. What to do next?
I think that's the benefit of having a partner in the whole thing.
Yes, it's very important. Like, I wouldn't say that you can't do it alone. But of course, when you have a bigger team,
it's much
it's
better.
Much more easier to do rescues because there are times when we have 4 to 5 rescues a week.
My God.
And it becomes so hectic keeping our jobs, our business, and then doing the rescues. Like there are times where we have rushed from our session to take a dog to the hospital. So, but thankfully we have a team who are very helpful and they are there to make sure everything runs well.
Right. And where do you keep these dogs after rescuing them?
So there is this big misconception that Pawasana is a shelter. It's a
because the first thing that comes to your mind is if you're rescuing a dog, where are these dogs going?
So go on.
So the rescue dogs are at either a boarding or a shelter or in a hospital.
Okay. Right.
So the pups that come to us, they are either from an NGO or a shelter or a foster home. Or an independent foster.
Okay.
So we try to collaborate with them and we tell them, bring your pups to us. If by any God's luck, God's this, and if any chance comes up, this pup will get adopted. And that's how we are trying to get them adopted.
Right.
We have not made it mandatory for people who are coming for this session to आया है तो एक puppy लेके जाना पड़ेगा.
Of course not.
Right.
Future में कर लेंगे. But yeah, because many times we get this query also. Hey, is it mandatory if I come? We'll have to tell them no, it's not mandatory. But spreading the word is. You'll have to tell everyone. Adopting an indie is the best thing because it is made for this climate.
And eventually they are helping us because there is a portion from every session that goes for the donation.
Right.
So we tell these people that even when you're booking a ticket with us, there is a portion of your ticket that is going for
their welfare.
So technically you're not just completely not helping us, you are helping us.
Gurgaon, there is a hospital called CGS. So CGS does...
Brilliant.
So it's good for us now because it does 50% off on indies.
Right.
Checkups are not that expensive. And X-rays are free.
Right.
So if you have any indie that you need to take somewhere, please rush to CGS. CGS has a center in Sarojini Nagar.
We do free vaccinations for all the indie cats and indie dogs as well.
It's an important thing because it's good to see that organizations and hospitals are actually understanding that if a person is coming with their pet, they still have a financial backing. Not every person who's coming with an indie might. So it's really important that organizations are actually understand this concept and they are giving some sort of a concession. If chai 50% bhi kyun nahi hai, it's a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I mean, any percentage helps. It's just not us. There are a lot of other people. And I always say this and I'll always say this, that we are not doing much. We're just doing very little.
Right.
And we both know that. There are people who have invested their lives for them. And there are a lot of people come to us and you guys are doing a lot. I'm like, I never feel like we're doing a lot. Like we both feel like there are still dogs left. There are still messages that comes on my India dog group. And I just can see that's all I can do. There's something happening in Dwarka, Rohini. I'm sitting 50 kilometers away.
Right.
What can I do?
The feeling that, there's an organization called Rakshamat in Allahabad, Prayagraj. So we have never met.
Okay.
But we are friends now. Because they have rescues every week, everyone. And whenever we have the funds, we donate it to them.
Right.
And they majorly get like these amputated dogs. Because those are
cows hit by cars.
Railway cases. One dog, one female was rescued. She lost 3 legs.
Oh my god.
And that's when we were like, okay, I don't know how jitna hai utna
De do bas. Exactly.
that's
Whichever way it helps her out.
we literally went to minus. I thought, I'm like, I can't even think twice for her right now.
Right.
And
Way
she's
too
perfectly
extreme.
fine now. They
Oh my
always
god,
share
wow.
updates with us, and she's
So
fine.
that is a success
That's
story.
why- the most proud moment for us.
Yeah,
Right.
because we sitting in Delhi are able to help someone in Prayagraj.
That's a big deal.
That's a big thing for us.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And do you guys just rescue dogs, or like you were mentioning cats as well?
We do cats,
All
dogs,
animals.
monkeys, cows,
Monkeys, my
horses.
god. Wow. You guys are like the Peter Pan of the animal kingdom.
Anything that we see
Because
is
what happens is in
Right.
tabelas, once the cow gives milk in the morning, the guys they leave it on the road.
on the
अच्छा,
तो टहल के
okay.
आती हैं और इसमें कभी कभी क्या होता है कि दे हर्ट देमसेल्फ
Right,
नहीं
right.
मार लिया तो वैसे ही वी फाउंड वन केस जैसे ही हम उसको ट्रक पे चढ़ा रहे थे सो देयर इज ध्यानचंद फाउंडेशन इन नोएडा व्हिच टेक केयर्स ऑफ काउज एंड एवरीवन
Okay.
बिग एनिमल्स मतलब उनके लिए छोटे एनिमल्स इतने वो नहीं होते बट
Right.
They have
बड़े
cows, buffaloes.
बफेलोज हॉर्सेस एंड ऐसे तो वी कॉल देम एंड दे सेंट अ ट्रक इमीडिएटली जैसे ही हम लोड कर रहे हैं ना वो तबेले वाला वहां से भाग के अरे हमारी गाय है छोड़ो मैंने तुम्हारी
अच्छा।
गाय के पैर से खून आ रहा है
हाँ,
तो
तुमने
दिख नहीं
देखा भी नहीं है कि उसके पैर से खून आ रहा है.
रहा। हाँ तुमको तुम्हारी गाय से दूध निकालना का ज्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट लग रहा है तो वैसे देन वी हैड टू फाइट हिम एंड देन फिर कैमरा निकाल लिया हमने बोला छोड़ो अभी सो देन वी टुक
Right.
Yeah, it
So,
is hard.
like when you rescue animals other than dogs, how do you go about that? Because वहाँ तो like cats के लिए still adoption is an
Yeah.
option, but clearly like not for cows or horses.
No, I mean-
How does that work?
There are no adoptions. I mean, that's not even an option. Honestly.
Right, exactly.
We just go ahead and we try to contact these bigger NGOs. Like when it comes to, if I say this in Dhyanchan Bola, let's say friendly course पे है. So
Okay.
I once rescued a horse, and literally that was like the hardest rescue that I ever did.
Would you like to tell us the story about
Yeah,
that?
I mean, so I was in the car and I saw this horse. I'm like, something's wrong. And I'm like this person. I'm like, if ये टर्न करेगा मुझे समझ आएगा एंड माय कार स्लो एंड ही लिटरली टर्न एंड आई सॉ दैट वो पता नहीं ऐसे घूमा उसके पैर चल नहीं रहा था आगे वाला
Okay.
because of which he was standing there for hours I was told. So I went ahead, मैंने उसको रस्सी से बांधा I thought okay I'll call help tomorrow because it was 10 p.m. and there was no help that I could
Right.
find.
Absolutely.
I came in the morning with the ambulance was full ready to come in, but they said just go and see the horse is still there. And I think it was a horse by these people who for the barat wale
Acha, acha, got
I
it.
don't know what they call it. So when they're not needed because his this leg was completely out of service for them.
Okay. So they're
So
like
they
ये
left.
useless है हमारे लिए तो
They
are
छोड़ दो.
हाँ, and उसके बैक पे पूरे निशान थे. This is literally, I'm sorry, I'm just shifting it. This is
No,
literally
no.
for all these men who feel that शादी में घोड़े की जरूरत होती है. I feel this is the worst thing. Like
आप
literally.
पोल्यूशन कर लो यार गाड़ी ले लो
गाड़ी ले लो.
vintage cars that come
There are
right on
vintage
the
cars. I mean, it was recently in December. My brother got married, and he lives in Australia. He, of course, he was in India only, and he also, like any other boy, is like, मुझे भी भाई घोड़े में बैठना है, मैं घोड़े में अपनी शादी करूँगा.
शादी का प्रायवाची होता है घोड़ी
हाँ,
चढ़ना. घोड़ी चढ़ना.
अरे उस घोड़ी का क्या हो रहा है वो भी तो सोचो. So I told him, listen, if you do that, I'm not gonna be happy because this is animal cruelty.
Right.
नहीं नहीं यार दो अच्छे से रखते हैं ये वो है. So I gave him all these articles by PETA. So if a lot of people don't know this, the horses have a steel cutter here.
Okay.
This is the puller actually
to keep them in
Oh.
control.
to keep them in control.
That's
So
so
whenever you see there's a
painful.
puller, yeah. So this gets stretched and they cut this thing so that the pull is there, and it is so painful. It is so painful.
Just imagining it is so painful.
Exactly. So when I told him all that, he was so lovely to hear me out, and we rented him a vintage car in Pune.
Right.
But yes, I mean, he was so he understood me. That's the most important part, and I feel like every man should understand that. Shifting back, that was the ghoda who
Right.
other people maybe have sat on, and he was gone, and I couldn't find him for next 2 days. I
Oh my God.
messaged everyone to message everyone. So in the 5 kilometer of radius, more than 500 people got a WhatsApp that there is a horse who is limping, and if you find him, just let me know. I got a call after 2 days. You know, the horse that you're talking about, I think I saw him. So just go to this area and find him. And I found him there, and he was happy to see me. Imagine, he was like a puppy. He was walking with me, and so there was this. I found a rope and I put him
Right.
on, like it's a leash.
Oh.
And I'm walking with this horse.
And he is walking with
He's
you.
walking with me, and these cars are stopping. People are looking. What is this girl? She looks like she.
Indian version of a cowgirl, I would say.
And these people are like, what is happening? And finally, we got the call. And what happened? Like in the middle, he got his legs stuck in the. He was trying to climb up some place, and he got his legs stuck in the stone. And now he's so heavy, and I am in this kadak dhoop, trying to hold this horse
Lift it up. Oh my God.
and hours. I named him Sunshine because he looked like a sunshine, and I said, Sunshine, ut bhai, ut. And finally, I don't know how, he just tried to get up, and he got up, and Friendigos came. Friendigos came to the rescue. They took him, and now it's in their farm in Gurgaon, and the name is Sunshine.
That is so sweet. And now he's fine.
He's completely fine.
That is
Never
amazing.
going back to that cruelty.
Happy stories are fun. I mean, because you can, in hindsight, you can go back and tell that story. It's just it's not many a time that you get to tell a happy story.
Right.
It's always those sad stories.
They're
where
sad also. I mean, I just want to take you there. They're of course sad also. One week we got 4 rescues. All 4 died.
Oh, that's really
And
sad.
I'm literally calling Anwar and I'm crying. Are we doing something wrong? How is that all 4 of our rescues died? There was 2 cats and 2 dogs. All 4 of them died. And
That's
sometimes we are too late. Sometimes there is no chance. Sometimes it was in their destiny.
Right.
But I feel at the end of the day, there was someone to cry for their death.
Right. That is true. There is someone that actually cared about them in that
My-
moment.
We buried the dog रात को 3 बजे. We found this MCD की जो खुदाई होती है ना. So we found these guys. हमने उनको बोला भैया देखो आप पैसे ले लो. बस खुदाई करने के लिए चल दो हमारे साथ. तो we just taking these random strangers रात के 3 बजे एक गार्डन में हम ले गए उनको. उन्होंने बहुत प्यार से उन्होंने खुदाई करी. And they were so nice. I mean, sometimes I'm surprised कि ना उस बंदे का ना इस डॉग से कोई रिश्ता है ना हमसे कोई रिश्ता है, पर उसने इतने प्यार से उसको बरी करा है ना, उसको रखा, फिर पूरा मिट्टी सही से किया, फिर उसके ऊपर एक पेड़ लाके रख दिया, लग गया हाँ ये बच्चा हो गया, भैया हो गया है. I mean it was sad. But then, that dog's name was Jadoo because we wanted that miracle to happen. But Jadoo didn't survive that night because किसी को पता ही नहीं चला उसको क्या बीमारी. We took Jadoo to 2 vets. Both of them said कि नहीं ये नाइट सरवाइव कर लेगा तो सुबह ले आना. सुबह कहाँ से ले आए आप, रात को तो बचा लो ना.
बेसिक एक फर्स्ट एड तो प्रोवाइड कर दो उसको.
करा बट किसी को समझा ही
रिजल्ट
नहीं उसको
मतलब
क्या.
उसकी ब्लड रिपोर्ट देख के भी किसी को नहीं समझा.
It was just small.
Then we took the report because we wanted to understand, what happened to the dog. We took it to Niti Bagh. There is Dr. Rana there, he's a very experienced vet. So then he told us कि इसकी kidney failure हो गई है.
Okay.
अगर ये कल ही पता चल जाता तो शायद इसको बचा सकते थे.
Oh.
So these happens because your vets are also not that experienced.
Right.
Sometimes they don't also get it. So I don't know.
So most of the times यही होता है.
Why कि not every time,
Sitting there
every
and
You can't
situation
see,
can
you can't
exactly.
really know, you don't know where the pain is, what's happening to them. All you can see is from outside. हम लोग तो बोल सकते हैं ना यार.
Right कि यहाँ problem हो
दर्द
रहा है, यहाँ है,
वो बच्चा
exactly.
कैसे बोले? And we don't understand that.
So in situations like these, when you also face such, dark periods and dark situations, how do you come back from it? Because just the way you described it, someone like me, I'm a very emotional person, I probably wouldn't have been able to come back from it.
It's hard, but then okay, there is another person who needs to be saved the next day.
Right.
So we have to run behind that. तो वो thought and that's why हम दोनों है ना. अगर एक होता तो टूट के घर बैठ जाते कि भाई बस हो गया.
नहीं हो रहा.
So
Exactly.
हम दोनों हैं. We take care of each other. जैसे जादू died in our arms. Like वो हमारे हाथ में he passed away, and that is the saddest part about it.
That was the saddest that we've ever been. Like literally, we cried for a week. I mean, we have a lot of rescues.
Right.
We do a lot of things happen. Lot of our like dogs and cats die. I mean, we do cry every time. But this was the first time where Jadoo became like there was something in him. And we both couldn't see each other. We couldn't talk to each other for a week because every time we talked, we both were crying.
Right.
I mean, like, what could we have done to make it right? Sometimes it's dark. I can totally. I know what you're asking, and it does become sometimes where you're like, क्या करें यार? हम क्या कुछ गलत कर रहे हैं? सबसे बड़ा क्वेश्चन एक्चुअली वही आता है कि
is it somewhere our mistake?
Is it right? Because मैं तो वही करती हूँ.
But you shouldn't.
But I think
but you're at the same time
should have a basic training and basic first aid
vetting training for a
because
dog.
It's most of the time that's one of the challenges that we face, and so we had this distemper case that we found outside a masjid in Jamia Shaheen Bagh, right. And that dog was twitching like anything, and we took him to the clinic, and the thing is with distemper it spreads. It's like a
completely
virus.
contagious.
Okay.
So distemper is a virus that spreads to other dogs if a dog touches that dog. So if I touch that distemper dog and if I touch my dog, it can transmit.
Oh, okay.
And it transmits in younger dogs very easily. And it's a disease that cures by itself. Otherwise the dog dies.
So there's no cure as such for it.
There is no
because
cure for distemper.
this virus is in a dog ना. तो रिसर्च वैसे कहीं करता नहीं है. रेबीज हमको भी हो जाता है, इसलिए हमने रिसर्च करके उसके लिए वैक्सीन निकाला.
राइट.
डिस्टेंपर हमको नहीं
सिर्फ
होता.
डॉग्स के लिए कोई इतना रिसर्च नहीं करता.
हमको नहीं होता, तो उस पे किसी ने रिसर्च ही नहीं करा. So most of the cases the dog dies, and this one also.
If it's an early stage, there can be a possibility that they can be saved. But if it's majorly the last stage, because that dog was in the last stage, he was just lying down and twitching, which was a very much last stage, and then there is no chance. Mostly. I mean, I wouldn't still say that there's no chance at all because I don't want people to not try. There is a chance there are
because you've seen
that
dogs
happen.
who have recovered from distemper.
They have recovered.
But they have the twitching for life. Twitching stays.
Sometimes the twitching stays. Yeah.
But at least they are living a healthier life in comparison.
Yes, I mean, our dog also got parvo, but she survived that, and there's no, of course, because she didn't reach distemper.
Right.
So she's completely fine.
She survived and she traveled. She travels with us like everywhere she goes. She has been to Himachal. She's the best traveler. Indie dogs are the best travelers. They'll sit in your car and they'll not say a word.
Hello, that's not for all indie dogs.
Trip खत्म होने के बाद.
That's just ours. We're just lucky.
You would have trained her that way probably.
No, she's just like that.
She's lazy like that.
You won't even notice she's in the car. Sometimes Anwar is like, "Hey, na गाड़ी में."
निकल तो नहीं गई.
She travels in the Himachal buses also.
Oh my God! Wow.
Buses में भी लोगों को जब ट्रिप एंड होता है तब पता चलता है कि
अच्छा, there was a dog in the bus.
और वो इतनी बड़ी है, तो आप समझो वो अपने सीट पे जाके कर्ल अप होके सो जाती है.
छोटी सी है ना, just curls up, ऐसे पतलू सी है, just curls up. She knows, okay, now we're traveling. She'll sleep for next 15 hours.
That is good. वो programming अपने आप ही हो जाती है.
अपने आप हो जाता है उसका.
So now I'll ask you guys a fun question. Yeah. There is always this, discrepancy, I would say, between dogs and cats. People say that dogs are more friendly, cats are not so friendly. And तो क्या है, like, since you guys have handled and managed both.
So I have a cat also.
Okay.
So it's in Mumbai.
Acha, okay.
My sister has adopted that cat, and he lives in our house.
Okay.
And he just wants to run away. अगर इतनी सी भी जगह दिखेगी ना, वो भाग जाती है. I mean, पहले हमको लगता था वो फीमेल है. बाद में
Okay.
This is not the complete story. पहले ये लगा वो फीमेल है और उसका नाम बेगम रखा. When they got to know कि वो लड़का है तो अब उसका नाम नवाब है.
क्या बात है.
So I think cats are very क्या बोलते हैं, introvert बोल सकते हैं या they are very independent of everyone. they are not needy. So dogs are needy in the sense they want to give all the love they have to their parents. है ना, अगर आप घर आए हो तो जैसे अभी मिर्ची को हम फॉस्टर कर रहे हैं तो वो इतनी सी है, वो यहाँ तक जंप कर लेती है तुम्हारा मुंह चाटने के लिए. She jumps to just lick your face. तो हमको लग रहा है कि वो डॉग नहीं है, वो मंकी है. So
a dog with the spirit of a monkey.
So that's the basic difference. जैसे where I stay now, Sukhdev, the neighbors they have like 6 to 7 cats.
Okay.
वो घर में नहीं रहती. वो सारी कैट पूरी कॉलोनी घूमती हैं, रात को खाना खाने आती हैं.
अच्छा, तो दे यार मतलब वो पूरा कॉलोनी कॉलोनी में घर बनाया हुआ है एंड होटल की तरह घर पे खाना खाना देती है.
कैट्स को हमेशा आप चाहिए, सॉरी डॉग्स को आप हमेशा चाहिए. और कैट्स का है कि अगर आपको वो पसंद आ गई तो बढ़िया है, नहीं तो फिर वो
घूमेंगे फिरेंगे खाना खाने के लिए आ जाएंगे.
Yes, that's how cats are.
Right.
I mean, there are all kind of lovers. I would say we both are more inclined towards dogs, so it would be unfair for us to say that there is any difference. I feel like cat lovers will be like, hello.
We are doing a session in Mumbai with kittens.
Yeah, with kittens.
Oh, just for kittens.
Yeah, just
right.
for kittens, yeah.
That's with kittens.
So we have tied up with an organization called Wet Nose Foundation, which works, with kittens mostly. They have pups also.
Right.
Yeah, kittens is their focus because they want to, होते हैं लोग.
Right.
जैसे हमारे dog हैं तो.
So those are all indie kittens, and we want to get them adopted. So we do.
That is so sweet, guys. It's a great concept, मतलब a lot of people work for initiatives and a lot of things are being done. And मतलब even मेरी colony में भी I've seen, mothers just feeding dogs, but to do it on a bigger scale because again, sustainability is a big thing. आपने एक बार एक डॉग को खाना खिला दिया, उससे उसकी पूरी लाइफ नहीं चलेगी. But to get it adopted, I know कि there must have been days also, and अभी भी होते होंगे जब नहीं adoptions होते होंगे. But to keep on trying.
Yeah, so the thing is, वो rejection वाली जैसे female dog होती है ना, उनको कोई adopt नहीं करता, तो that is one of the biggest thing कि इंसानों में भी वही है कि
फीमेल्स और मेल्स वहाँ भी फीमेल्स सफर करते हैं.
Because we just had 3 rejections because they realized कि it's a female. And कोई भी random बहाना बना देते हैं, अरे मेरी मम्मी ने अभी मना कर दिया, हमारे घर पे शायद अब नहीं, बाद में हम देखेंगे. तो फीमेल डॉग सुन के वो बहुत बड़ा इशू.
What is the reason behind it?
फीमेल डॉग.
That's it.
Female, so she'll tell you what the technicality के female dog क्यों नहीं.
Majorly periods.
Right.
They have periods, and I feel like they're not. I want to say the most lightest word for these people. I'm not finding. I mean, I feel like people are not.
Don't want to make that extra effort. Probably for the dog.
They're not growing enough to understand that they can also have periods and you have to be okay with it. It's just, I feel like they're so uncomfortable with the fact of female having periods only in humans.
Right.
And in animals.
जो लोग humans के साथ ही accustomed नहीं हुए हैं, वो dog को कहाँ से वो करेंगे?
Periods को वैसे स्टिग्मा बना दिया.
हम लोग को कितना टाइम लगा इसको normalize करने में?
Right. अभी भी it's in process. अभी भी कहाँ ही हुआ है पूरी तरह?
I mean, I have always been this person कि मैं तो मतलब जाके हाँ भाई periods है, please मुझे अभी दिखना भी मत आस.
Right. Exactly.
But I feel like वो dogs के साथ भी same चीज़ है. They know that they'll have periods. I'm sorry, I'm not remembering the time span that they have it. I don't want to say the wrong ones. So उसमें भाई same bleedings होते हैं और आपके लिए dogs के लिए भी period pads आते हैं.
Okay.
सेकेंड चीज होती है उनका स्टरलाइजेशन कराना होता है.
अच्छा.
कराना एक्चुअली मेल फीमेल दोनों का होता है, बट इनको लगता है क्योंकि वो फीमेल है
तो इसलिए उनका कराना होता है.
कराना ही पड़ेगा, विच इज एक्स्ट्रा कॉस्ट फॉर देम. मेजरली ये 2 चीजें होती हैं, बल्कि मुझे ऐसा लगता है, एंड दिस इज आउट ऑफ एक्सपीरियंस ओनली आई एम सेइंग, फीमेल्स आर मोर स्मार्टर. जैसे in humans and in dogs both, they're much more smarter, and when they grow old, they become more matured and composed.
Okay.
I've seen my dog, she's a female herself, and not just because of her, I'm saying this is my life example, I've seen with other females. I feed about 25 dogs every day, out of which I know the female ones are more smarter. The male ones, they don't grow up. Even my dog, the other one, he's male, he's 8. He still doesn't know his size. He still doesn't know that he's not supposed to pee on the gate.
He can't judge height. वो हाइट ना जज करके कोई नहीं पाता.
अच्छा तो मतलब he'll jump without thinking or he won't jump at all.
कुछ भी करता है वो. It's just, and this one is so particular. She won't step on anything that's dirty around her.
Wow.
She
पानी पे
sits
पैर
like
नहीं
this.
अगर कहीं पानी होगा तो she'll not.
She's the lady. She's a lady.
But that's with all the females I've seen. Not only her. Because of course I see her every day. I know what she does.
Right.
But then I see my other dogs as well, and I feel like मैं यही लोगों को समझाती हूँ कि यार तुम फीमेल लोगे ना, वो शायद 1 साल 1.5 साल नॉटी होगी, but genuinely speaking after when she turns 2 she'll become a much more composed dog. And second thing, when it comes to indies, they're the easiest to train. अभी हमारे घर पे मिर्ची है, उसको मैंने लिटरली 15 मिनट में सिट एंड शेक हैंड सिखा दिया, जो मैंने अपने डॉग को सिखाने में आज भी बिना ट्रीट के 8 साल का है वो, बिना ट्रीट के डजंट इवन शेक हैंड्स विद मी.
रिश्वत चाहिए पहले.
ट्रीट लेकर आ फिर ठीक होगा.
That is so nice. And matlab, again, a lot of people don't even have the awareness for these basic things. And probably पता है when you actually tell them कि हाँ this is something you need to take care of, उस time पे they're like कि अरे ये तो आपने ज़्यादा बोल दिया, अब तो ये तो नहीं हो पाएगा types.
मैं आपको खाना नहीं खिला पा रहा, इसको कैसे खिलाएगा? वो वाली बात.
Whatever reason they can give, yeah.
Actually, so tell me this, you guys have your own dogs and pets, then you also go around and pet other dogs. मैंने ये भी चीज़ देखी है that dogs can sense it and they don't like it. So how do your dogs react to such a thing?
They don't.
Don't?
तो जैसे the thing is अभी Cindy has traveled so much ना, she's been to Himachal. We become friends with in Himachal there like Shangarh, Manali. तो वहाँ उनसे से बहुत सारे dogs से दोस्ती कर ली है. तो हम
Cindy is fine, and then Oscar, he's known me since forever.
Right.
He knows मेरी माँ बाहर जाती है, 10 कुत्तों को प्यार.
He's gotten accustomed to it.
Yeah. Now he just comes like, okay.
Okay. Then this thing
Okay,
will go
that's
away.
fine, yeah.
This stink will go away of the other dogs. Then I'll come and probably.
तो उसका ये है कि you don't shout at other dogs.
He doesn't like fighting. He doesn't
Right.
like shouting. If anyone around him shouts to anyone, he becomes very like he starts barking like anything.
Right.
Like you can't raise your voice. Like Cindy doesn't give a shit about all that. But like Oscar's like you can't. You just can't make noise. If anyone in my house fights with anyone,
Right.
he just comes in between of them. Like,
He is
why
like the
are
mediator.
guys
You
fighting?
dare not fight in front of me.
He like barks at looks at them and barks at them. You are not supposed to fight in this house.
So he is the Raja of the house. He is the caretaker of the house.
He's literally with my dad. He's gone to Uttarakhand with my dad to chill. My dad has just taken him. And he's like, I can just travel with him now. Why do you always keep traveling with him? This time you travel with me.
Right. I don't want anyone else. I just have my dog.
Yeah,
And I'm happy.
He took him and went off. No, he left my mom behind.
Sirf the dog is important. No one else. That is great. And that shows the kind of love that there is not just, in the humans for the dogs, but even in the dogs for the humans out there. कि उनको देखना नहीं है कि उनके क्योंकि they understand कि this is my house. They also have a sense of ownership for their humans, for their house. So they don't want any kind of a conflict to arise. And अगर होगा तो हम डांटेंगे.
डरते भी हैं, उससे बड़ा डॉग देख लिया तो फुद्दू हो जाते हैं.
I think that's with
but then उनसे थोड़ा सा भी बड़ा होगा ना तो दे लेगा.
अरे
पीछे छुप जाओ.
Even I have seen this. So my cousin used to have this little pug. Okay, and उनके साथ वाले घर में there was this, I don't know the breed, I'm sorry. It's such a huge black dog and वो मतलब भौंकता था ना तो पूरी कॉलोनी को पता चलता है that alpha is barking. And this little kid used to bark back at him. I'm like, वो चढ़ जाएगा तेरे ऊपर, तू बचेगा नहीं.
And you open the gate and you'll be, you
हाँ.
won't even see that pug.
Exactly. मतलब वो दीवार के ऊपर से used to bark back at alpha and I'm like, bro chill हो जा, तेरे बस की नहीं है उसके सामने भौंकना. And then उसके सामने आ जाए तो भागता था अंदर. गलती से if he could actually get the sight of that huge dog, he'll run and get into the house and won't come out.
उनके साइज का होगा.
Exactly. So tell me this, guys. The entire concept of running workshops in order to get pups adopted. How frequently do you guys do it? And like, can you tell us a little about how people can actually become a part of the workshops and adopt dogs if they are willing to?
So currently we're doing it every alternate weekends.
Okay.
In Delhi, Jaipur, Mumbai, Kolkata, and Gurgaon.
Okay.
With yoga, we also do paint with pups. So these are painting sessions where you have indie pups who are up for adoption. Always, whichever pup comes to our session, they are always up for adoption. So you should be mindful of that कि यहाँ एक dog है जिसको घर की ज़रूरत है, तो आप मतलब वहाँ से उठा के नहीं ले जा सकते. There is a procedure that needs to be followed.
Right.
Forms to be filled and house visit to be done. So yeah, once you like सब pass कर लोगे, तुमको pass होना है. Once you pass,
You should
that,
be
you can
good
have-
enough for the dog.
For the dog.
Yeah, you should be good enough for the dog. Same
Right.
yeah. So yeah, we do it every alternate weekends in these cities.
Majorly,
Right.
I feel like whoever wants to be a part of Pawasana can follow us on Instagram because we keep putting out our city-wise dates with whatever session there is, and our page is very much active with whatever is going on.
Right.
And even if there is a rescue case, even if there is an adoption, like all these dogs who are up for adoption, you can go to our Instagram page's highlight section that says
Okay.
"Adopt Me."
Okay.
When you open it, you'll see all these puppies.
So people can directly adopt them
Yeah.
also
Yes.
without even coming to a session or
Yes,
something
yes,
like
yes.
that. Okay,
Of
okay,
course, yeah.
right.
So even if they don't want to come for the session, they're just sitting at home. They want to just see if there is a dog, and they want to, and they see the picture and they're like, okay, I think this is the one.
Right.
So I feel they can just contact us. Anwar is majorly the person who manages all the adoptions. We basically give his number to everyone, and then we coordinate with whoever is the one who's taking care of that pup, and we take the procedure ahead.
Okay.
And also all our instructors are like professional yoga instructors.
Correct. Yeah.
है ना कि ये मत सोचो कि हमने बुलाया तो हम
Right.
Yeah.
कि मतलब focus is only on adoption, ऐसा नहीं है.
It's yoga,
Right.
it's fitness as
yeah,
well.
all are certified yoga instructors and yeah, and most of them are like
it's going to be a beginner yoga session,
Right.
so people don't have to worry कि यार हमने कभी करा नहीं है, कुछ कर नहीं पाएंगे.
And we are very mindful of all your injuries. All our instructors, will ask you whenever the session begins.
Yeah.
If you have an injury, you can avoid this asana, this asana.
Right,
this asana. So
right.
we are very mindful of that. Also, we don't want you to get injured and go home. We do that also. So yeah.
The only thing you cannot avoid is a pup getting onto you.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
you can't.
Yeah, that
They're
is-
going to run around you, they're going to lick you, they're going to be on top of you, and that's going to be the best part, I feel.
Yes,
Yes.
Right?
yes.
Thank you so much, guys, for joining me today and talking about Pawasana and telling us these incredible stories. You guys are really doing some great work, and fingers crossed that all your pups get adopted left, right, and center.
We hope that too.
We hope that
and
too.
it happens in all the cities we are, and that's the dream we want to achieve.
Right. Hopefully, 27 states covered like this, for sure.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. Thanks.
Thank you so much for joining us on ABP Live Podcast. It was truly an honor talking to you guys.
Same.
Kudos for all the great work you guys are doing.
Thank you so much.
Keep listening to Cracking Conversations on ABP Live Podcasts.